11 years ago, at the age of 55, they detected a lump in my right breast when I went for my examination. And when they took the sonar, and when I saw that thing, I thought, this doesn't look right. And then everything happened very quickly. In 3 days' time, it came back, the biopsy, and it said it's triple negative breast cancer, and it's a very dangerous cancer. And they immediately sent me for chemo. A day after that, I started my first chemo.
And it happens after my 50th birthday celebrations. When I wake up in the morning, in my bed still, but I just put my hand there and I was just massaging my body, and then I came up on a knob there. I didn't know it was a lump, and then I was wondering, and it was moving, and I was wondering, what is this? I called my sister, and she said I must check on Cancer Association page. Luckily, the next day was for the screening. I was screened, and the sister on duty sent me for a mammogram, and the doctor he asked me, how are you? He checked the results of the biopsy, and I said, I'm fine, doc, how are you? I didn't know what he was telling me, and I was just sitting there. And the sister assisting the doctor was also looking to me, and my sister, luckily the RN, she was sitting next to me. She asked me, did you hear what the doctor said? I said, no. She said, no, doctor said there is cancer in your body. I said, what? She said, you have cancer. I said, no. But I was quiet. And then after all, maybe in seconds, my tears was just running.
Johnny, ndamano zino katumba ke wons. Then tandi was pangero boka klinika. Sin esin daya, yotamano kutsa ostumba bacho shakura but opuike siapo. Then I go there and say, I'm not feeling pain, I'm not sick, I'm just fine. I'm only going there because people, they say, if you find you having something in you must go in the hospital. Then I go there. Esindane, then tamono kucha nanzie kwa klinika ko maunshi, ko meme. Then I go there at Central Hospital. When I go there, my doctor ya testing anje ya teta pokantumba. After I 2 weeks, your result is here in Andiego Shipangera Mongora. Monte Wajomo Yakucha. Doctor just said I don't have a problem. Because I know already. Then you have normally cancer.
After 4 or 5 days, I didn't experience any pain. I was just nauseous all the time. And getting onto a scale in terms of that body mass, I could see that is dropping drastically. I started off with 104 kilos or 105 kilos, and in a month's time, I was just at 71 kilos. Yes. And from the photos as well, it's dramatic photos here. I alerted him to something here, somewhere here, and then he told me he will perform a biopsy. He will open there, and then he will send it to the lab here. I was still lying on the bed at home. My wife went in the meantime to ask him because the results went to him here. So he told my wife after some time that there is something wrong with me and all that, and that I've got cancer.
Well, my grandmother always complained about discomfort in her chest area. She came to travel to Windhoek, and the time my brother was studying, she used to come stay by him, and stayed here for about a few weeks, and then we got the call that he has cancer. I didn't understand what that was. What is cancer? Why is everyone crying when they heard cancer? And my mom was crying, my sister was crying. I was there even though I did not know what it was, I was there to tell them that it's okay. she's strong. She's gonna pull through this. We all know grandmother, she's very strong, and I believe that she's going to pull through this.
At the beginning of the year, somewhere around Feb, I noticed that I had a huge hard lump on my left breast. And then I went to my general practitioner that was now in Omaroro, whereby he did some tests whereby I was supposed to do a sonar and a mammogram. I started getting worried because it was too big and hard. So I decided, I'm like, okay, since I have medical aid, let me just proceed and go to Windhoek and then try to see what exactly is wrong. So I came to Windhoek in April. And then I first went to Cancer Association of Namibia because I did not know where to go. So the lady there, she then also did some tests, and then she was like, okay, the lump is worrisome. They did the breast sonar, not the mammo, but just the breast sonar. And then when I was done, I now sat in the doctor's office, and then I asked the doctor, is it something that I should be worried about? But because he was not my doctor, he said he could not give me the results. I need to go back to Ken, whereby they'll now tell me everything. So I then proceeded back to Cancer Association of Namibia, and then the lady told me, no, the results are just going to come in the following day, so I can go home and then come back tomorrow. When I was at home, I received an email from them, of which the two words that caught my attention was malignant cell and cancerous cells. So because I do not understand the terms, I'm not a medical person like that, I started panicking. And then I also told myself, maybe it's just my own understanding. Let me wait for the doctors to give me the final results. I then went back to Ken, whereby they needed to confirm with a biopsy if it is cancer. And she was like, don't be worried, it can just be a normal lump. It took 10 days for me to get the results. So when I sat there, the doctor told me, I'm sorry, but you have been diagnosed with breast cancer stage 2.
In 2019, I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. I was 34 and I just had a baby. So my journey started when my baby was about 9 months old. And yes, it's a roller coaster of emotions. You find out, or you're not feeling well, and you find out, and then you do tests and you wait, and so it's a complete roller coaster of ups and downs, and scariness and anxiety, and trying to monitor yourself so you don't go haywire with thoughts.
It just happened that I was a caregiver to a little boy who was also diagnosed with cancer, and I've been taking care of him in my early 20s, I think for about 3 years by myself with the help of my younger siblings, my little sisters. He had a cancer type that is called Ewing sarcoma. It develops in the soft tissues, I think, and also his pelvis or so. So that is what he had.
Is he still fighting?
Pardon?
Is he still fighting?
Unfortunately not. He's late.